So let's talk about Jeffrey Epstein. Some of you don't want to hear about that because affect you, at least not yet. We are talking about all the things that Jeffrey Epstein did wrong. Let's talk about the one thing that Jeffrey Epstein did right. Let's talk about the one thing that Jeffrey Epstein did right. You know what Jeffrey Epstein did right? He videotaped, he documented every backside. I don't know if this was in the back of his mind or the forefront of his mind to put on this charade, capture it all, give it to the world eventually. Yeah? He must have seen or must have heard of the cruelty that rich people used to do to people. And he must have had the desire of inviting all these people on an island and document and capture everything. This is just my personal opinion. I think that Jeffrey Epstein knew what he was doing. He had to have known. For him to have documented everything here and for it to have now been available to everybody, I mean, that's not normal. I am 41 years old. I do not document everything and everyone around me. And I live in an age where I can document every single thing because I have enough megabytes or gigabytes or whatever storage on my phone. Yeah, I have enough. I can document every flipping thing, and I don't do that. So it must be someone who has the desire to expose everybody. I think we should, as disgusting as it is, to all the victims of Jeffrey Epstein, I am very sorry for the trauma and for what you went through. But in a sense, we need to thank him for documenting these things, because had he not done that, your stories would not be told. Nobody would have believed that these great men of valor, presidents and prime ministers and all the relevant officials that you can think of, implicated, showed up on the island. Your favorite artists, man, just like P. Diddy. So Puff Daddy and Jeffrey Epstein, man, we should respect them, man. We should give them a lot of respect for, not for everything, because them figure prison and they deserve to die. Man, they deserve to die for what they put people through. But in the same breath, we want to thank them for documenting all these things, all of them. Now that it is out there, what are your thoughts on rich people again? What are your thoughts on these people that you spread red carpets for? These people where if they just come and shake your hands, you feel like, oh my God, these people have been evil from day one. I have been saying it. There are children that have gone missing right here in Jamaica. You think it's poor people kidnapping your children and stuff? You think of poor people? Well, they might use the poor people as the foot soldiers. But you best believe that the end to it all, rich, dirty people who are bored and who love money. They're bored. Them have nothing to do because they have everything to their comfort. So they plague on the poor and they use us as pawns in their games. Rich, dirty people. On a dirty government people them. On a big top shot boss. Yeah, true, long time yet. But you don't need to listen to me. So, we don't hear the government of Jamaica talk about the children who go missing in Jamaica. Could it be because this same nasty, ritualistic, evil, cultish thing that they have globally, that they are also members of these parties, or we are just the house slaves who are supplying these dirty, nasty elites with poor people, Pitney. More than 2,000 people go missing in Jamaica every flipping year. And the government don't talk about that. You know what they get up and talk about? Oh, we successfully lowest murder rate in decades, lowest murder. And our economy by 2030, we have a good economy, 60% to GDP. And people listen to these things and good government. You know how many families are mourning the loss of their children? In 2024, 151 children, 150 to 151 children went missing, never to be found, right here in Jamaica. 151 out of a country of just 2.7 million people. 151 people go missing. Out of that, it was 133 girls. 133 girls. You know that we right now in Jamaica have those families mourning the loss of their children, and nobody questions it. It's not on the news where what's happening to our children, where are they going missing. 70% of our country, 70% of Jamaica is without security, which means children can easily go missing in boats with foreign people who wants to put them maybe in a Jeffrey Epstein kind of setting where they do sacrificial stuff, but we pity them. Now, it's time for the freaking world, the entire world, to be more than outraged. People are not even being arrested. These dirty, nasty, filthy, evil drunkards are not even being arrested. Did you know that the commissioner of police here in Jamaica is highly skilled and educated in coding, computer coding and stuff? Yeah, man, him talented like that. He could have built something so we could track where or every child in Jamaica is. Yeah, man, we can track them. At time we start track with them, we need to know where they go missing. Yeah, man, you can't come up with something, because you know why I know you could come up with something? When COVID did come here, you know what y'all did in COVID? Y'all had an app. And you see that app? It could track everybody who cough, everybody who sneeze, every single thing. If you even think the thought of COVID or feel like you want to get sick, the very app was able to detect it. Yeah, man. I might be exaggerating and I might appear facetious, but at the end of the day, the reality is true that when these people want things to work for them, they find the right people and put them in place. Did you know that Northern Caribbean University from 2010 have been producing some of the greatest computer technologists, yeah, people with the greatest coding ability? And you know what happens? Foreign people like Microsoft and them people over so dirty Bill Gates, they buy them, using them to make drones and code this and code that. We're now living in an age where artificial intelligence is now even outsmarting humans. Yes, and plan to wipe out human beings. We need to retain our brains and have these people. We should have never make none of them get into the hands of no white people and no big tech firm. They should have been here in Jamaica, where we create industries and them teach everybody and we dominate the tech era. Because if Microsoft and Bill Gates them want to with people, that means the friggin' teachers are doing a great job. And not to mention the fact that we do not pay them. And the nurse from overseas, big up yourself, who said that Uno will never come back to Jamaica. Big up yourself. Come back to what? A filthy, dirty government system where nurses don't have beds, don't get proper pay, and being ridiculed and disrespected. Get your friggin' act together in this country. Let's get rid of the damn government. Get them out. Put in people who be in the country well. Me want to see